Alright guys, we're out back at the village ball field and park, going with the 6-inch, and did a bit around the ball field, got a bit of stuff, and including an old toonie which comes up a 16 in multi on the knocks, and then if you stick it in 4 kilohertz it comes up into the mid 30s, which differs from bottle caps because they come up around 12-13 in multi, and then about the same in 40 kilohertz or in 4 kilohertz. But we're over back in the park area, and I've been over this area before, but I'm pretty sure I know why I didn't pick this up before. This is probably my largest penny spill everywhere. Again, spillage in the village. Wow. And it only rang up a 14, probably because there's steel pennies and there's zinc pennies mixed in with copper pennies. Yeah, there's probably a zinc penny. I know there's a steel penny in here somewhere. You can see there's one with rust on it. So there's yeah, it's weird. It was weird what they did. They made sort of a mix of steel pennies and zinc pennies in later years. But I think the majority of these are going to be zinc pennies, maybe with a few coppers rolled into it. But yeah, there's like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, there's an American. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 pennies. Wow. It's too bad most of them aren't copper, but oh well. They're at least actually not in bad shape overall. Alright guys, we're back at the village baseball field. That goes back to the 1800s. Actually dug a piece of iron. It turned out to be a piece of a plow point. I mean, they did farm this. That story back in the 20s, talking about the farmer that the dispute with the baseball team, and that they were I mentioned the farmer was still using this area for farming. But we had a 19 signal, 3/4 bars. We've already had a musket ball in the field. Right on the line, and now we got a very old 3-ring smushed bullet. Yeah, yeah, this thing really smushed. Don't know where they fired it from, but very cool. Yeah, there's kind of shallow bedrock around here. I'm not sure how shallow it was before. They might have improved it with the newer baseball field added more soil, so very cool. Well, that's crazy. We just got a little bit further. We had a deeper 14-15 signal, and it looks like a piece of that bullet ended up a little ways away from there. Huh, that's pretty wild. Well, it's still snowing out. It's not sticking, but we can handle it. It's supposed to rain in the morning, so at least it's not doing that. And we had the most screamingest of signals here, and with the 15-inch coil, it sounds crazy, but yeah, we just got a state quarter, North Carolina. Very cool. Yeah, the signals are few and far between in the ball field, so the 15-inch works great, and we're hoping for those deep, older signals. Well, we've had a few 60s young Liz pennies, but nothing too much older yet. But we finally got ourselves, we're finally on the wheat board, and we got a 1949. Looks like it's probably been lost with, doesn't look like it was lost too long ago. Probably was in change, lost in the 70s or so. But pretty cool though. These are the kind of clad spills I like. Got ourselves $1.50, 2/4 and a loonie. It's one of the newer steel loonies. Just got a bit of rust on it. Well, we're back at the village ball field, and we've been going over a little area we had gone over with the 6-inch just quickly to see if I missed anything, and we did end up with a deeper signal, and we got a 1951 George VI penny. So that's that'll give us hope for some more, for some older stuff in here, maybe even silver. We did get silver on the outside, but yeah, I'm surprised. I'm looking for stuff going way back, because I know the history here goes quite a ways back, so holding out hope. Had a really deep signal in one spot, but it was like 1980s. They redid this whole field back in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, so stuff was moved around and whatnot. I'd love to see what it looked like before that, though. Find an old photo or something, but haven't been able to find one. Yeah, I have, but it's a bit of a distance, so you can't really make out too much. All right, guys, here's a first here. We had about a 2021. We just turned over the plug, and right on the underside of the plug, we have ourselves a button. Oh man, it's just started to shower out now. All right, we'll have to give it a little cleaning. It's a 2-piece. It's got steel in the back. Hopefully it's maybe it's a military button, or that'd be kind of cool. All right, guys, this one definitely calls for new batteries in the headlamp. We finally got something old in the ball field. Actually, this is the oldest thing I've pulled out of the ball field proper, and even in the, well, other than the 1886 Largie to the periphery here, and this is the first one I've even found in this whole village, anywhere in the village area. We got ourselves an IHP. And it wasn't even super deep, which is really crazy. I mean, there are some areas of this field that have not been filled in. They seem to have the original ground. And we got ourselves a 1900. Oh, that is sweet. Yeah, we are on, I think this corner of the ball field was where the original diamond was, where they played, because this corner is also where that 1919 fishy came out, and there just seems to be a lot more older stuff in this area. Oh, by the way, that button, I cleaned it up as best I could, and it seems to be just a plain. There's no detail on it, but I'll have to get a better look at home. But yeah, IHP, we're in a good spot. Wow, this was a super deep one. It almost sounded like iron. It's a very deep one down there, and we got ourselves a very crusty George VI. I don't think I can make out a year on this side, but maybe 1943, I think, or maybe even 49, or yeah, I think it's a 43 or 49. I'll have to clean it up better at home, but yeah, we're definitely in a good spot. This wasn't long after we got that Indian head, so keep on going. Wow, this thing was from way down. It sounded like clad, but turns out to be something iron. I have no idea what that thing is. Almost looks like a bottle opener at the end, but I don't know. There's a piece on there that looks like it might be brass. Yeah, this thing was super deep, buried under there. Well, yeah, that's a good possibility that a lot of the old coins are buried really deep. I don't know how rough the ground was here before they smoothed it out way back when, but yeah, very interesting. Well, this hunt's brought to you by the letter J. Well, that one was quite iffy, and look at how deep that is. Nice. Hopefully it's I don't know what this could be. It's going to be a George the Sixth. It's definitely on the deeper side of things. I don't know. I have to clean it up. I think I'm seeing a leaf penny. But hard to say. Let's give it a brush up and see what we got. Well, there we go. It's KG6. She's a 1940. Yeah, that was pretty darn green. Now the soil in this area seems to do a number on the coppers. We're back out at the village baseball field, and we've had a couple of modern pennies so far, and a weird, very deep button that was kind of like a naga hide. Not too old, but very deep. And we got ourselves a young Liz. She's pretty crusty, but it's, I believe, pretty sure it's in the 50s. It's very hard to tell, maybe like a 56 or something. But yeah, hopefully we can eke out something old, hopefully silver, because the copper seems to be pretty wretched in this soil. Man, we had to go super deep for this one, and it's a KG6, the last year, 1952. Oh yeah. Yeah, super crusty too. I can't even see George on the other side. Yeah, any of the pennies, those deep ones don't ring up all that great, and it doesn't help with all the crust on them either. But yeah, hopefully we can score some silver out here. That would be pretty nice. Yeah, we're working in recovery speed 4 with the 15-inch coil, because yeah, it seems like the soils here, when they made the baseball field better, they really had to they really mixed it around. Plus, I recall that way back in the day, when they weren't playing ball here, the farmer was farming it, so stuff was probably turned over way long time ago too, so who knows how deep that old stuff is. Well, we had to go super deep for this one. It was just registering in the high 30s, even with the 15-inch coil. And we got ourselves a KG6, 1945. We had to scrape that crust off to see that. And yeah, really rubbed at that to bring George through. At first, I almost was thinking it was another Indian head, but it's a KG6. All right, there's got to be some silver out here somewhere. Well, here's a good indicator that they redid this field in the late 80s. This thing was down, had to have been about a foot. And we got ourselves a Coca-Cola Classic. I'm amazed that this thing hasn't rusted. Or is this? No, this is actually a steel can. You can see the steel bottom. And we got a thing that says Expo 86. Yeah, so this is probably from about 1985. Wow. And it actually sat out. It sat out on the ground for a while, because you can see how it's faded by the sun. Crazy stuff. Alright guys, I think we finally got ourselves some silver. It wasn't too far down there, but I had something else that was deeper that came out that I thought was it, but no, it was in the plug. And we got a little lion pendant, and I believe I see stir on that. Hard to see, but pretty sure it does look like silver, so that's yeah, not a coin, but I'll take that any day.